Is it working? It's working now. It's weird because I was just recording. The snow break containment thing, and for some apparent reason it decided to randomly break on me. OBS got scared of Sage. Yeah, my OBS started working now. The moment I said Sage. The moment I said that, OBS is like, nah, you're bringing Sage in here? No, I'll work. Thanks, Sage. You did it, Sage. It knows. I'm gonna beat its ass. I don't know. Tell me about it. What the hell, dude? I was just trying to record the gameplay so I can upload it on my main channel. That's why. I want to upload this one at least because this is probably like one of my favorite updates. I'm like pretty excited for this update because we get to see what happens with Miss Selena. So I'm pretty excited. I want to get into the story because I want to know what the story it's all about. I've been waiting for this update for quite some time. But first things first, we gotta get through the dailies, of course, you know. I love the music. Music is great. We do have Vera. We already have Vera, and we already have Selena. I still cannot believe I got Selena in 110 pull too. No, she doesn't. Shut the fuck up. Are you guys ready for audiobook chat? That's what's gonna be today. It's gonna be like audiobook-esque. I'll try to see if I can do it from like how I used to do it before, you know? Should've got me a bottle of water for this, but you know, it's fine. No, I used to do audiobooks. I used to read books and stuff like that, you know? That's what's gonna be today. It's gonna be audiobook stuff today. It's basically gonna be like audiobook. I'm just gonna be reading the story out loud, you know? You guys will be able to listen and whatnot. No, it's not. Shut up. That's basically what's gonna be. I don't know. Actually, I don't know if the harmonizer that I have actually works. Chat, can you tell me like if this sounds like convincible enough as a male? If there's like a male character in here? Here, let me see if I can turn it on. Oh, that's not the right harmonizer. That's not the one I'm looking for. Should be this one. Let me see. Okay. I don't know if it works or not. I can't tell. I'm trying to see if I can make this. Oh, did I get it? Nope. I'm trying to see if I can make it sound like a guy in general. That's what I'm trying to do. Like if it sounds convincible, then I can probably use it for the you know, the for the story. Wow. Wowzers. Wowzers. Not there yet? Do I need to reduce it down or something, or... It's because it's not really a voice changer. Well, I can use a voice changer, but like I only have other women voice changers. It's at -6 right now. You want me to lower it a bit more? It's just for storytelling. See, if you go down here, that's pretty much what it sounds like. I can hear the roboticness, like at this point anyways. Good enough? Okay. Negative 10 basically. Yeah, that's pretty much, you know, that's kind of like basically it. I'm just swapping back and forth or so when I need to swap back. It just kind of really depends on the character. I also have the voice changer too, but I only have like a different female voice on it, to be honest. Let me see. Let's set up, shall we? Let's just set it up real fast. If I remember how to do it again. As long as my computer doesn't get blasted to smithereens, of course, you know? I don't know if this works, because I haven't really tested it off screen. So I haven't really, like, recorded myself, with this specific one. I probably should have got a male one, actually, for this one. Probably would have been so much better. But oh well, it is what it is. Oh god, please don't kill the game. Don't kill me. Here, we'll do this, actually. Just in case. Well, just close that for now. Save us a little bit there. No, it's not this one. Which one is it? I think it might be this one, maybe? Oh, but like to do the voices separate, I don't think I could be able to separate the voice and the gameplay audio, actually, because it's gonna be on the same track. You guys will tell me if it sounds like decent or not. All right, chat. The only problem is that this is in Chinese, so it might be a little bit difficult to pull it off, to be honest. No, I'm covering my ears. I don't know if this sounds. I don't know if I can pull it off, but I can find out in a second. Alright. The question is this working? Testing. Well. I gotta see if this works or not. Try crepe. Too much eh.
What?
What about now?
What about now?
Oh.
Oh.
Is this your voice when you record on your earphone?
Is this your voice when you record on your earphone?
No.
No.
That's not it.
That's not it.
Let me see.
Let me see.
Yes, I can see your message.
Yes, I can see your message.
I just have to adjust some stuff. It almost sounds identical.
It almost sounds identical.
Okay, buddy.
Okay, buddy.
Let me see. Does this sound good?
Let me see. Does this sound good?
Just lower that more.
Just lower that more.
Go back to this.
Go back to this.
The problem is I can't read this.
Problem is I can't read this.
Cause it's in like, you know.
This in like, you know.
Ghostis has returned. Shut the fuck up.
Ghostis has returned. Shut the fuck up.
I'm trying to do this all for the voice acting shenanigans.
I'm trying to do this all for the voice acting shenanigans.
How does this work?
How does this work?
Testing.
Testing.
This motherfucker.
This motherfucker.
Alright, let me see. How does this work? Does this work better?
Let me see. How does this work? Does this work better?
No, that doesn't work really good.
No, that doesn't work really good.
Do I drop this down? Question mark?
Do I drop this down? Question mark?
Let me raise this up to
Let me
5.
raise this up to 5.
What about 6?
What about 6?
That does definitely sound better.
That does definitely sound better.
I assume this is output.
I assume this is output.
What happens if I do this?
What happens if I do this?
If I do that...
If I do that...
No, it still shows up on the same one.
No, it still shows up on the same one.
That's a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest.
That's a bit of a pain in the ass, to be honest.
What happens if we drop it down to 60?
What happens if we drop it down to 60?
Oh, interesting.
Oh, interesting.
Bring that up.
Bring that up.
-30.
8:30.
0? Okay, so it has to be -50 or so.
Okay, so it has to be -50 or so.
8?
8?
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, that's fine.
What do you guys think, chat? Does that sound good enough for you guys?
What do you guys think, Chad? Does that sound good enough for you guys?
Is this fine for a voice?
Is this fine for a voice?
I don't really have other setup though.
I don't really have other setup though.
Because if I do this, watch.
Because if I do this, watch. Okay, what do you think now? Are we using this for one of the voices for the characters? If I can't, you know. Don't want to do it.
Okay. I'll keep those settings there. Boy characters? It's a girl voice. What are you talking about? It's a girl voice, not even a guy's voice. I can't really read these. I can't really read this. This isn't Chinese. I don't know what settings I'm supposed to mess with. Here, let me see. Let's turn it back on real quick. I don't know what any of these settings do because I don't know.
I don't know what any of these settings do because I don't know.
2,
2,
3.
3.
Let me see. Testing.
Let me see. Testing.
I don't know what this is.
I don't know what this is.
Yeah, I don't really know what any of these settings do.
Yeah, I don't really know what any of these settings do.
What happens if I crank this? What does this
What happens
do?
if I crank this? What does this do?
Alright, how does that sound like?
Alright, how does that sound like?
AI voice changer.
AI voice changer.
That's 19.
That's 19.
Testing.
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 I have no idea what that does.
I have no idea what that does.
Yeah, I honestly straight up don't know. I have no idea.
Yeah, I honestly straight up don't know. I have no idea.
I thought this would change the pitch or something.
I thought this would change the pitch or something.
Do these do anything by any chance? I don't even know if they do
Do
anything.
these do anything by any chance? I don't even know if they do anything.
I have no fucking idea if it does.
I have no fucking idea if it does.
What happens if I drop this?
What happens if I drop this?
Okay, that doesn't do anything, question mark?
Okay, that doesn't do anything, question mark?
What happens if I raise it?
What happens if I raise it?
Hello, 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 greetings, greetings, greetings.
Hello, 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 greetings, greetings, greetings.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea what any of these do.
I'm gonna be honest with you, I have no idea what any of these do. Eh.
LA?
LA?
Who's LA?
Who's LA?
AI?
AI?
Of course it's AI, because it is an AI voice changer.
Of course it's AI, because it is an AI voice changer.
Except the problem is I can't tell what these settings
So the
are.
problem is I can't tell what these settings are.
I'm trying to like understand what they do.
I'm trying to like understand what they do.
It's just I can't read this.
It's just I can't read this.
That's the problem.
That's the problem.
I just don't know what the issue of this is.
I just don't know what the issue of this is.
That is the only problem I have with this thing.
That's the only problem I have with this thing.
So MS is 120.
So MS is 120.
Okay, what about this?
Okay, what about this?
How does that sound like?
How does that sound like?
Because all I see is green, yellow, and red.
Because all I see is green, yellow, and red.
And it kind of moves around the settings and everything.
And it kind of moves around the settings and everything.
What about red? What does red do?
What about red? What does red do?
Fuck, man, I have no idea what this does.
Look, man, I have no idea what this does.
Honestly.
Honestly.
Fuck, I have no idea. I have no idea what
Look,
any
I
of
have
these
no
endings
idea.
do.
I have no idea what any of these endings do.
I'm trying to see like what these settings do, but I have no idea.
I'm trying to see like what these settings do, but I have no idea.
How's that? What does this sound like to you guys?
How's that? What does this sound like to you guys?
Like, to me it sounds perfect, but I don't know what you guys
Like, to
think.
me it sounds perfect, but I don't know what you guys think. Does it? Does it sound pretty good? Rather, I'm good with it. Well, just trying to fix any of the small kinks with it. That's the only thing. Trying to see if any of these like change anything. Actually, I'd be very curious. If I add emotion, well, how's it gonna sound like? That's where it breaks, is the laugh. For AI algorithm? Okay, buddy, sure. What happens if we do 4? 4.15. 0.15 again, and then 3.0. Now this is some e-girl shit? Is it? I don't even know. I'll be straight up honest with you, I have no idea. I'm just trying to see what the fuck this does. I swear I heard that voice before. Yeah, doing your mom, doing your mom. Imagine someone coming here new and this is what they hear and you remove the AI voice and they get flabbergasted? Yeah. Sounds like softer iris? Does it? Go just needs some heavy piercings in her nose and And mouth, she is good? What? Okay, whatever.
Alright, let's get to it, shall we? We got ourselves a male version and we got ourselves a female version. Like a different one if I, you know, if I don't want to do it, you know? We got one of each. Remember that one crazy e-girl? Which one? We've seen so many, to be honest. We've like seen so many e-girls, I don't know which one. That's the funniest thing about it. Okay, I think everything is pretty much done here, yeah. Let's up those numbers! Alright, chat. You guys ready? You guys ready? I'm ready, to be honest. I can't wait. Oh, her! Right. What's her face? Yeah, the weird, like she's not really Asian. She's actually white, but she, like, kind of, like, does her makeup to look Asian. That's the one, right? That's the one you're talking about? I'm so excited. I'm so excited. I've been waiting for this update for such a long time, to be honest. I've been so excited for this update to come out to the global side so I can actually 100% play the English side of it. You mean Gunpei? Oh, Gunpei she doesn't stream anymore because she, you know, touched too many disassociate peoples. I mean, not disassociate, what is it? What was it called again? Whatever the one is called. Is it this by any chance? This is what it is, right? This is a story? I don't remember where the story is. Ah, here it is. Yep, this is a story. Yeah, I love it too as well, to be honest. Dude, that music? Dude, I swear to God, this music is such a Final Fantasy music. I swear. It really is Final Fantasy vibes. Alright, here we go. It's been quite some time since the weird post-war syndrome incident. Everyone seems to know how you caused trouble at the Star of Life because you were too worried about your members' safety. Even colleagues occasionally tease you about it. Everything seems to be back to normal. Many see the sign that reclaiming the homeland is going well. This should have been something worth celebrating. It should have. The only tension is the elusive, obscure sensation. It happened uninvited, on an unremarkable day, and has since stayed in the heart. I guess I can try giving, like, a different voice for some of these characters. These are very clear symptoms of overexertion. The test shows no other problems. I won't give you any meds. Rest is most effective. Take some time off if you can. The Star of Life doctor continuously scrolls through the test reports on the screen, offering reassurance. Still, tasting the lingering shadow lurking in my heart, I can only give the doctor a short response. Thank you, I will. After that test results came out, friends who learned of my conditions sent kind messages. Soon, many asked to meet up. You wake up on a rare afternoon with no missions and days for a long while. You open the calendar and memo to see Isla's name written under the circled date. WGAA Opera House. The dome stands magnificent, the relief solemn, inside an elegantly decorated opera house. Every seat is filled. On the side door of the main hall are posters of recent productions, classic operas from both before and after the Golden Age. I have no idea how the fuck to say that word, to be honest. Erudice, Orfeo, L'Incoronazione de Popeo? I have no fucking idea. Etc. And in the center is tonight's main, The Tale of the Grey Raven. Rhythmic verses and lyrics resonate in the hall. Blood red and blinding, shadows coil and creep, and malice drips with hungry teeth. Gun smoke burns the air and scattered shots grow rare. The area of defense hangs by a thread. As the music continues, the performer's gestures grow increasingly bold. You are lost in the music, but sense sudden movement beside you. Isla sits beside you, leaning over slightly. She whispers to you without taking her eyes off the stage. You are about to go on stage. I specifically asked the prop master and director to make you stand out more. Well, that's... Before you can finish speaking, the stage lights suddenly overlap, illuminating performers who were in the shadows. Fear not, and don't worry, the Grey Raven are here. Eliminate the enemies, rescue our allies, and advance at full speed. As the commandant dances on stage, all characters twirl around them, pushing the story towards its climax. You let out a soft laugh as a mixture of mild embarrassment and vague memories wash over you. You can't quite remember all the details, but the people you met along the way remain vivid in your memory. Do we put on the AI voice for this by any chance, or no? What do you guys think, chat? Because I haven't really... Or do we give it to, like... Or do we give it to Selena? Do we give it to Selena, or do we give it to this girl? I think Selena might be the better one, to be honest. I don't know, what do you guys think? Selena's the white hair girl, the new character. She comes in a little bit more later. She's the next. She's probably one of the main characters that have the most lines in this one. So. All right. I'm not really good doing more higher pitched voices, but I can give it a try at least, you know. Pretty good, right? Absolutely magical. You pause as the actor, who are wearing familiar makeup but not quite accurate costumes, exit the stage. The rousing scene ends with only one person remaining next to the character known as Commandant. She stands in the spotlight, pouring her emotions to the audience and seemingly also to her lover behind her. Old times. The moment she speaks, the surrounding noise gently fades. Sounds become distant and ethereal. As the stage seems to move closer, the actress' beautiful flow lyrics warp and distort the surreal experience in its first grates on your nerves, then suddenly becomes clear and focused. Then it changes into a completely unfamiliar voice, a clear and crisp sound filled with emotion.
Despite your ravages,
Sorry, I have to swap like back and forth or so. So it takes a little bit to swap back and forth. Your smile that just appeared fades. A subtle tremor and anxiety runs through your body, like you've missed something important. In a daze, the lead actress seems to change before your eyes. Her face becomes blurred, yet somehow you can still see her elegant beauty. Everything else disappears, as if only two people remain in this world. She turns her gaze towards you.
my lover shall be young forever in my poetry.
Dance with me, purchasing from my lips. I come from the sky, born with the wings of fate. I cast on my cage, dancing through dreams before. I come from the sky. I sing wait of you, in moonlight we meet, round, and by.
Whoops, I did not record any of that. Whoops, I'm sorry. All right, let me review that real quick. Sorry, I forgot to change that. Luna! 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 Your thoughts are interrupted as an external forcefully turns your head as you see Isla's worried expression. Yeah, I know, tell me about it. It's hard to keep track of everything, to be honest. Are you okay? What happened? You look terrible. If you're not feeling well, let's leave. No, You gently take Isla's hand and lower it and mumbling incoherent words as your feelings are too jumbled. You look back at the stage. Ah, my dear grave raven commandant, shall I? I shall. It's fine. The performance continues. Everything on stage is going smoothly as if what just happened was an illusion. Outside the opera house, the cold wind hits your face, clearing your mind. The after-image of your hallucination during the performance is fading, leaving behind an uncomfortable void. Your emotional dissonance remains despite the doctor's advice. Instead, it sits in the void, nodding in acknowledgement. The void? They respond with a soft sigh as fatigue sets in. You stop at the doorstep, pinch the bridge of your nose, slowly crouch down, and let our let out a long exhale. Here, it's hot. Thank you. You take a drink of and scoot over. Ayla sits beside you. Sorry, was the script bad? Did the lines make you feel uncomfortable? Several scriptwriters are Grey Ravens fans. They've always wanted to tell your story, but there are too many confidentiality restrictions. No, not bad. Especially the last 2 lines. Oh, those 2 lines are actually quotes from a famous author work. Ayla laughs as she springs onto her feet, moving with light, graceful steps. She closes her eyes, her body swaying with the wind as she dances, finally extending her right hand gracefully before her. Do your worst, old time. My lover shall be young forever in my poetry. Before I can join in her impromptu performance, Ayla abruptly stops with furrowed brows in deep thought. Ayla? I'm fine, Commandant. It's just that I just had a strange feeling just now. It felt a little weird. Because that doesn't sound like something you would say. Something like, you will remain forever young in my paintings would be more appropriate. That sounds like something you would say in a dangerous situation. My response helps Ayla shakes her hesitation, and she laughs softly. Ayla steps back and makes a camera gesture at you with her hands, with one eye closed. It doesn't sound too bad, you know? If you don't mind, Luna, you should quit your job and become my model. What's the pay like? Any benefits? How about loads of free tickets to the musical and the art exhibition every month? I think I'll pass on that. I don't have that much time off work anyways. Oh, come on, humor me. Don't you think musical and art exhibitions are awesome? Wasn't there anything about tonight's performance that moved you? Ayla's questions brings back a discomfort that was almost undetectable in our casual exchange. That strange feeling waves at you, asserting its presence. That last performer. You try to recall the brief image, but it has already faded, leaving only vague unease. Do you like her? Or did you only enjoy her poetry recitation? I can get you an autograph if you want. Neither. I think I mistook her for someone else. I just wanted to know more about the character she was playing. I don't seem to have anyone like that in my life. Ah, she was playing a fictional character. In the play, the heroic protagonist needs comrades to fight together, and it also needs someone who understands them. A soulmate? They actually asked for my opinion, worried they might offend you. I told them as long as they don't make specific references, Luna wouldn't mind having a character. Huh. Ayla blinks playfully. Her smile clears much of a lingering melancholy in the air. It's a shame. Really, I wanted to take you to a different performance, but that script had been indefinitely suspended for some reason. By the time I heard it was approved, the performance group was already rehearsing it. Sadly, their schedule never seemed to match your praise. Suspended? Was there a stage accident? No, musical theater is quite different from acrobatic performance, though this play does revolve around war. The Acadia evacuation. Isla clears her throat and changes her tone. Oh, blood and blades. An impressive battle it was, my brave comrades. But the fight is yet over, and for our land is corrupted still, I'm afraid. So stand behind your homeland, you shall guard and defend. Stand, skybound, our homes and tenders, this bitter earth shan't. It sounds good, but the subject. Don't worry, scripts with themes like this go through very strict review process. The WGAA understands that war and suffering are serious topics and should not be used for fame and fortune. They've always been extremely cautious. Before it was suspended, the Acadia evacuation actually received extremely high praise. This author's plot design was incredibly intricate, using many clever devices to convey their understanding of the Acadia evacuation as a historical event. Though it might differ from history, it's certainly a good story nonetheless. Oh, then, so what exactly was it suspended? Isla freezes at the question. She can't seem to decide if she should speak. You forgot? I forgot. But that's normal, right? Why is that a question? I don't know either. Isla smiles with a furrowed brow, then finally shrugs to dismiss the thought entirely. I feel like I should remember. No, I definitely heard about it, but was probably just a rumor. Or I wouldn't have this strong feeling that I know about it, even though I can't remember the details. As Isla speaks, she turns her head to look behind her. Following her gesture, you turn around and see several posters at the Opera House entrance. The Acadia evacuation grabs your attention. On the poster, a young girl stands with her back at the viewer, hands clasped in prayer amidst ruins. Gazing from a distance, a fleeting thought enters your mind. Who would create a work like this? Abyss's Reachers Institute. Iris. Great, you're still alive. A cold voice echoes among the rubble. Oh, fuck, I gotta swap back and forth, to be honest. Here we go, we gotta swap back and forth for this one. A disheveled figure lies trapped between broken stones among the ruins. The voice pierces through her foggy consciousness as Iris struggles to move her body. She crawls to her feet and looks towards the voice. She finds a device between the scattered fragments of what looks like an armor.
Yeah.
It kind of works sometimes here and there. The problem is it's pretty taxing though, that's the reason why. Iris murmurs as her stalled system restarts, struggling to maintain the functionality of her damaged frame. Such affection. If I were there, I would do everything I could to respond. Our long standoff is finally giving a result. You've stopped me so many times. But this time I've managed to stay one step ahead. The first act, titled Abyss, has ended. The hostile voice from the device also sounds sincere. Give up. I don't want to hurt you. This tug of war is pointless, except a waste of our time. The play that's meant to be performed will eventually be staged. The past cannot be changed. I can make countless tries, but you only need to fail once for everything to end up like this research institute. Iris looks around among the rubble. Blood-stained clothing is vaguely visible. Her tired voice carries a hint of sorrow. I'm gonna try giving her a British accent or something like that.
Maybe something like that. You're right. I can't always get here in time to stop you.
Kind of works, to be honest. I don't know. We'll see what voice we'll give her. We'll give her an accent, not give her an accent. We'll find out, to be honest. But she doesn't stop. She walks towards the communication device, with each step becoming more confident. Why do you insist on continuing when you already understand the situation? What's the point of tiring yourself out and sacrificing yourself? Is a choice like that even worth anything? Or maybe you want to escalate this conflict and draw in targets that weren't originally parts of my plan.
No, Lu Yan. Abyss was the first, and I will be the last.
Iris walks to the communication device. She places her hand on the core of her chest, gently sweeping across it. A brilliant blue light emerges. The radius turns into lines, creating a pattern in the void. As the light fades, a musical instrument materializes in its place. Iris sits casually on the ruins as music rises from the instrument. It's useless. Whatever you rely on, it will eventually. Ching! You suddenly hear a discordant note on a strange distortion spreads out from Iris. It spreads so fast that it seems to cross space and time before reaching the other end. What did you do? Iris freezes after hearing Luya's astonished reaction. She takes a few light breaths to calm herself and slowly raises her head to speak.
No matter how far the conductor and I try, even if you stop me, even if we stop you, we can't revert the damage caused by the battle's aftermath. But what if we use a different stage? What if we use a completely isolated stage? Whatever you do on there, audience will be harmed.
I have to basically take off the headphones in order for me to sound coherent, to be honest. You can't do that. You can't even catch my true form, let alone. The voice falls silent after realizing the problem.
Yes, we did have trouble locating you before. But now, you destroyed the Abyss Research Institute, altering a critical node. The world was hurt, and it remembers you now.
You're crazy! You're coming alone?
Listen to my new piece. For the next performance, it'll be just you and me.
Iris' voice interrupts Inora Luea's La Lo growl. Something changes as the musical notes resonate through the air. She tilts her head to gaze at the moon through gaps in the ruined building. The moonlight and the sky freeze for a moment as her notes reach them, as if asking a question. Why are you doing this? Iris lowers her eyelids, answering the world's question in her heart.
Because even a flower wants to shield the one it cherishes from wind and rain. Conductor has been through enough. A story that can end behind the scenes shouldn't be brought to light, since the ending is already fixed. Good night, world. Goodbye, conductor.
See you next time. These words end the chat as you set your terminal aside. You grab dinner with several colleagues after parting with Isla. You talk until late into the night before going back to the dorm. The table is covered with gifts, including several brought on behalf of friends who couldn't attend. You feel happy reading through the letters that came with gifts. Paper is better at transmitting sentiments than electronic data. You carefully label each letter so you can put them in the mail cabinet, but as soon as the cabinet doors open, a pile of letters falls out. You bent down to pick them up, and you see your name as a recipient on all of them. All the wax seals are broken. You pause for a moment before opening one letter. The creased paper inside is completely blank. Only the stamp of the WGAA rests quietly in the corner of the paper. WGAA? Feeling puzzled, you open the cabinet door again to check the label. This space is definitely for incoming mail, not outgoing. Why are there so many blank letters here? And they all look like they've been opened and read. After thinking, you decide to put the letter back in a neat pile. You take out a fresh writing paper the moment you close the cabinet. Your emotions is fluid, as if closing the mail cabinet and writing a reply to someone is a habit, instinct, and natural consequence of countless repetitions. Hey, Hazu. But as a pen meets paper, discomfort makes your hand freeze. Even though you already know the opening lines and just need to write them down. It should express well wishes because the recipient is always wandering. It should share amusing stories from tonight's musical performance because the recipient enjoys discussing such things and always has insight to offer. It should also include, there's so much to write, but the recipient, who is it? The bizarre dissonance rises once more. It crouches beside your ear, gazing silently at you. It is trying to remind you that it isn't bewilderment. This isn't a daze, and certainly not confusion, but your gaze falls to the edge of the paper, where the WGAA stamps enters your vision. Logic fades as the poster of the Acadia evacuation abruptly jumps into your mind. Suddenly, it departs, leaving behind a barely noticeable sound in your ear, slipped in between a soft sigh and mocking laughter. Shaking your head to dispel the discomfort, you open your terminal as you ponder each word. Isla. Hi! Thank you for your invitation today. The musical was fascinating. I really enjoyed it too. After writing out all your thoughts on the evening, you hesitate before adding one more line. I wonder when the Acadia evacuation we talked about today will be released. If it's convenient for you, let's watch it together. I still have a bit of free time left before returning to duty. I'd like to have a meal with you. Dream to the Timeless End, Chapter 34. Time does not flow in cycles of humans. It flows in a straight line. This is why humans can never find happiness. Because happiness is the longing for repetition. Ooh. Now you guys understand why I did audiobooks for a while? Now you guys can kind of see why I did audiobooks for a while. World Government Association of Art. Isla responded to your earlier message, so you come to the WGAA with the drinks you got from the shopping district on the day you agreed upon. You arrive at Isla's private studio on the second floor and notice a framed poem hanging on the hallway wall. Royal blue ink flows elegant lettering like spring buds, subtle and tender, blooming against the cold, hard wall. I love your feet. Because I'm a gooner! No, I'm just kidding. They've traveled the world, across waters and channels, until you and me finally meet. You freeze at the words. They stir a faint ripple in your thoughts. You touch the edge of the frame. Your fingers gently caress it before reaching the label beneath. For WAA. A few characters on the label have become blurred due to the passage of time, or the carelessness of the cleaning staff. You ignore the blurred odd words without further thinking and keeping walking towards Isla's room. Isla sits before several portrait sculptures in her private studio. Her body is perfectly still as her fingers gently trace the facial features of one. She doesn't react to your movement. After watching her for a while, you notice her pupils are not focusing. She's lost in thought. Here, it's cold. Luna! When did you get here? Earlier, I hope I didn't disturb you. Not at all. Even if you did, it's fine. You're always welcome here. Isla casually pulls up a chair for you to sit down. Hey, Pharaoh. Are you working on something? You're not actually considering putting someone into your painting from our earlier conversation, are you? Haven't I already done that? Isla chuckles softly and tilts her head, continuously to gently caress the figurine. After a moment, she begins to explain. I've been feeling inspired. In my dreams, I keep seeing a silhouette. A field. Yes, a field in my dreams. There's a vast open field with lots of flowers, many different kinds, so many of them. That person is standing among the flowers. Sometimes she's just standing there. The sky in my dreams is always dim, so I can't see her movement clearly. Several times her silhouette becomes so ethereal, or however you say it, that it seems to merge with the sunset glow on the horizon. I want to reach out and hold on to her, but I can't get close. I feel like I know her, and I shouldn't be in such a lonely, desolate scene. As she continues, Isla's brows furrows, and her voice takes a hint of urgency. Who is she? Why is she there? I don't know. It's weird. I can't explain what I'm feeling. We're grabbing her hand. You take Isla's hands to help her relax. Take your time. Don't rush. I'm sorry. You had to see me like that. It's just that I've been dreaming about this often lately. It feels... Isla gives up on explaining and lets out a sigh instead. Have you tried drawing this figure? I did try, but... Isla scratches her head, leaving traces of paint on the tip of her hair. The rest turned out fine, but the face, no matter how hard I try, I can't capture that feeling from my dream. How lewd? I know, tell me about it. I haven't even censored that. As Isla speaks, her fingers trace over the eyes of a human sculpture, as if trying to capture the elusive spark of inspiration hovering just beyond her grasp. Oh, that's why you were staring at the sculpture. Isla makes a soft sound in aggrievement, turns around and rubs her temple with her frown. Yeah, so now I'm stuck. It's not a big deal. It happens all the time in creative work. Whether it's painting or writing, time nurtures beauty. Her fingers slide downward and Isla snaps out of her thoughts. Oh, right. Would you like to see it? It's in the back. It's still just a rough draft, though. Of course. Isla nods happily and begins cleaning up her supplies. Your gaze follows her movement. Art supplies are spread across the table. Almost every item bears a WGAA stamp, and you suddenly remember something. Hey, I have something to show you. You take out a blank letter from your pocket. You were going to ask Alan, the head of WGAA, about it, but he seems to be off work today. Isla pauses for a moment, wipes her hands, and puts on a pair of clean, transparent gloves before taking the letter. She looks at it carefully. Is this a letter? What's wrong with it? Do you know where it's from? Bros VA? Huh? Nah, I'm just doing some audiobook stuff. That's it. The paper does have the WGAA stamp on it, but I can't tell if it actually came from the association. Our stationery isn't just for internal use, it's also available through Babylonia shops. Wait. Isla stops when the letter paper catches the light at a particular angle. Did you find something? Isla examines it for a bit longer, then shakes her head and hands the letter back. No. I just thought it looked familiar, but that's normal, since our association papers. I wish I had a Warhammer audio narrator by Nyaru, please, can I have? Sorry, I don't think I can help you. Is it urgent? I could connect you to someone who specializes in authentication. Okay, then let's go inside. You walk into the inner room with Isla. She heads straight into the humongous far wall where a thin white cloth hangs. Wow, is the entire wall covered? Yep. Isla glances back with a smile, clearly enjoying your impressed reaction. She gently tugs at the corner of the canvas. The white cloth falls like a waterfall, revealing a breathtaking artwork behind it. It's an enormous waist shot portrait featuring a woman in a blue and white dress with a cluster of iris flowers on one side. Only her face is blank, as if deliberately erased. Isla tilts her head towards the blank space and lets out a soft sigh before getting ready to introduce it. This is what I was telling you about earlier, huh? Luna? A deafening roar crashes like a tsunami against your ears. Isla's voice becomes muffled and indistinct the moment you see a portrait as strange discomfort returns. An overwhelming impulse takes control of your body and makes you move closer. What your eyes see overlaps with your heart feels, both struggling with a name that refuses to take form. Who are you? Dionysus Theater. Miss Iris. I'm at the lounge, but he's not here. What should I do? We're running out of time. Hey, Red.
Don't worry. Records he booked for today's performance and his cars isn't at his residence.
Iris smiles and nods politely at people passing by while reassuring the female voice in her earpiece.
We have 20 minutes until the performance. Audience for events like this usually arrive early. Relax. Dandelion. Relax.
As they speak, a waiter and a security guard notice Iris. They exchange a look before slowly walking towards her.
I'm leaving. To the rest of you. I may need to step away for a moment. Believe in yourself. You can do this.
Iris turns off her earpiece and casually turns to blend into the crowd. The waiter and the security guard pick up their pace. Dandelion swallows hard amid of static and her earpiece as she carefully navigates between the rows of seats in the hall. She locates her target soon enough, but is this someone else's seat? I'll try to see what I can do with this voice. Let me see.
Yes, row 12, seat 16. This is the seat I was assigned. Did you check your ticket? Perhaps you can take it out to check.
Weird. I was sure this was my seat. I'm sorry. Let me ask the staff. The woman looks at the Dandelion ticket with confusion before getting up. Dandelion exhales in relief. They should give her enough time. Dandelion sits down, subtly glances at the man reading beside her, and ponders the best way to start a conversation. To her surprise, he speaks first. Oh, I can do the other one. It's not gonna be perfect. It's gonna sound robotic, but hey, it's better in my personal opinion.
Misdirection may be a verbal skill, but lying is an entirely different matter. Deceiving others is unforgivable.
Huh?
Eurydice, a classic opera, returns to this Dionysus theater after 3 years. Tickets priced at 30,000. Amounts between 30,000 and 100,000 quality as substantial sum under Article 266 of Criminal Code. However, that is a law from the Orient which I've been studying recently. Fast city amount may differ, though I imagine not by much. I'm gonna raise the bitch up a little bit, to be honest.
No, wait, that's not.
The man closes his book and looks at Dandelion with scrutinizing gaze.
Madam, the ticket you just presented as evidence is fake, and your deception techniques are terrible. You've been glancing at me since you sat down. I don't consider myself particularly charming, so this must be about business. A music plagiarism case? Financial inheritance? Ah, I see. The chemical pollution lawsuit, correct? You're a spokesperson for Mingu Corporation.
Wait, stop. I think you've got it wrong. I think you got the wrong idea.
The man shakes his head and sighs.
I understand the situation is urgent, but tracking me down like this is uncalled for. Didn't my firm publish a notice? I'm currently working for the United Government and have no capacity to take on new cases.
Would you just listen to me for one moment?
Caught off guard by the man's assumptions, Dandelion unintentionally raises her voice.
Go ahead, I'll let you make up another story.
Who's picking up?
Fuming, Dandelion raises the booklet in her hand, only to lower it again.
You're so annoying. Why did Iris tell me to?
Okay, fine. I'm here for you.
See? I knew it.
I don't really have a male voice changer thing, so.
I'm not here to hire you for some case. I'm definitely not a cent by the men something GU Corporation. I'm here to save you. Hurry up and come with me. Your life's in danger.
Danger? What kind of dumb new scam is this?
Oh, things are going serious. Things are going serious. He barely finishes when a strong tremor shakes the entire hall. At the same time, Dandelion earpiece reconnects. Oh, voice changer time. It's voice changer time. Use your real voice.
Use your real voice.
Okay.
Okay. Whatever you say. Shaking my head right now. I swear. Shake, 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 shake. Shake. Alright. She's here. Dandelion. Take Jonathan and go.
Combat time! We got combat. Combat! Combato. Alright, here we go. Got a little bit of combat, so... Operation Theater.
ダンデラ聞こえますか？目標は見つかりましたか？いえ、まだです。
Can you say whatever you say, Boomer? This
人が
guy.
多くて。では、私は左の部屋を調べますね。
Alright, here we go.
優秀なセキュリティシステムですね。ピッチがずれました。私もまだまだですね。ここで転調します。オーバーチュアはここまで。ライトモチーフを奏でましょう。ピッチがずれま
Ow,
した。
fucking A.
私もまだまだですね。グラーベ、フォルティッシモ。
God, I walked into that, to be honest. Jesus Christ.
長しオーバーチュアはここまで。ライトモチーフを奏でましょう。ダンデラ、状況はどうですか？騒ぎが起きてスタッフがみんなを落ち着かせています。通路が一部封鎖されました。
Yeah, I pretty much guessed her voice.
他の道
Her
を
voice is
探
pretty
す
much
しかあり
higher.
ませんね。
The problem is like, you know, I have more of a lower baritone female voice than a higher female voice, so.
強行突破は簡単ですが、騒ぎが大きくなるかもしれません。慎重に行動しましょう。
Gameplay. We got the gameplay.
反応がない。ロックされているのでしょうか。
Okay, so we gotta go back. Take care, King. Be safe, hun. Thank you for coming by as always. Very much appreciated, so hun. Take care, you be safe. This should open up, to be honest.
この装置は機能していますね。劇場の構造がかなり複雑ですね。これでは緊急時の避難が大変です。
I think I can open this, to be honest. I think so. See? Yeah. Now the question is, can I open up this over here, question mark? Or can I go over here? Is there anything over here by any chance? There's a door here. Is there anything dead I need to look out for? Doesn't look like it, to be honest. Can I mess with this by any chance or no? Let's see. Does it do anything? That's a question to ask.
反応がない。
Okay.
ロックされているのでしょうか。
Thought it would do something at least if I unlock something over there, so. Gameplay, chat. Gameplay. Oh, it's fucking this puzzle. I remember this
何
puzzle.
か変ですね。確認しないと。
It's goddamn this puzzle again. I remember this puzzle.
物の配置が不自然ですね。
Just gotta remember how it was again. I kind of forgot the last time. Three wine glasses on the table seem to indicate that some people once had a long conversation here.
「本には何も書かれていません。 奇妙な格好の石膏像ですね。
Guests sitting around the dining table on the table is a note and says something confusing. Please serve the guests on the far left, the middle, and closest to you. So it was this, and this.
違うようですね。もう一度手がかりを探してみましょう。
There we go.
「楽譜です。破損していますが、修復できそうです。
A musical placed randomly on the table. Perhaps we can read it if we can remove the stains on it.
お任せください。
All Let's go.
よかった。うまく演奏できました。
Bum, bum, ba-da, bum, 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 ba-da, bum, 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 ba-dum, bum, bum. That's a good classic song, to be honest. It's been a long time since I heard that song.
よし。これでいけましたね。
It's always nice to listen to classical music. I don't listen to it all the time, but like it's nice to like always hear it.
ジョナサン、ダンデラも。
なんだ。
ダンデラ、ジョナサンと逃げて。すぐに2階へ行かないと。何か方法が。さっきの昇降装置。
We gotta go, chat. We gotta go. They're endangered. Upwards we go. Here we go. Combat time. Here we go. Uh-oh.
ここで足止めされるわけにはいきません。ここで転調し、星的にこの曲を捧げましょう。オーバーチュアはここまで。ライトモチーフを奏でましょう。ここで転調します。星的にこの曲を捧げましょう。ピッチがずれました。
Ow, ow, stop it.
終幕のカーテンコール。
Stop your shenanigans. Nice.
ダ
Kill
ンデ
them
ラ
all.
出口で会いましょう。
Dandelion. We gotta save Dandelion, chat. We can't let the waifu die. Final prelude, completed stage. Dionysus Theater. Dionysus Theater has lost its elegance. Decorations fall and sculptures lie toppled over. Even the ceiling is at risk of collapse. The well-dressed guests now scramble towards the exit, their screams and wails blending into the harsh, chaotic clamor. Let her die? No! Jonathan feels someone grab his sleeve as he passes the corner. I can't do this one very well, but I'm gonna try my best. Because, like, she has a higher voice. I kind of guessed her voice, too, as well. Like, it's pretty easy to, like, when you give me the image of the character, it's kind of like, okay, I can pretty much guess what kind of voice she's gonna have, you know?
Go. No, not that way.
Why? The exit is that way.
Follow me.
The short sprint has left Dandelion breathless because she is used to sitting in a chair all day at work.
You should explain the causes and the consequences when making demands, allowing others to decide whether to agree or disagree.
I'm not your defendant.
Very well, Miss Plaintiff. I believe following the crowd is safer if the enemies are targeting us.
Plain, you,
Dandelion's upbringing barely helps her swallow the curses that I brew at the tip of her tongue. Dandelion catches her breath, grits her teeth, and warns the man.
That's why we need to stay away from the crowd, because the enemy is coming for you. Why do you think I went out of my way to warn you?
I appreciate the gesture, but without further evidence, I'm afraid I cannot.
Suddenly a shriek erupts from behind them. Beep boop bop boop, screep boop da doo dee dee doo. Robot noises. Insert robot noises. The whales gets closer in the blink of an eye, and Jonathan's face turns white.
I find your testimony extremely convincing now. I'll follow you now.
Pussy! Pussy! Look at this pussy! Running away immediately the moment there's one robot ready to kill his ass. Jonathan hastily quickens his pace. What a pussy. You vagina-looking ass. After a few steps, he turns and grabs Dandelion, who is struggling to keep up.
Let's go.
Thank you.
The exit is right up ahead, but before they can relax, a rush of air pressure surges from behind them.
Watch out!
Clankers! Clankers! Jibbity cripits! Instead of blood, they see a swift blue light dart past, piercing the monster behind them. Right then, a car with an engine still running skids to the halt in front of the exit. Is that Selena? Yep, that is Selena.
The third or two? Something like that. Hop in.
Might lower her voice a little bit, maybe. It's a little bit too high, to be honest. Let's go for a 4. Let me see if that helps a little bit. Jonathan sits in the back of the speeding car, occasionally glancing behind them, still trembling from the ordeal. Dandelion, sitting in the front, rummages through the gloves compartment before passing a medicine box and water to Jonathan after taking some for herself.
Metalor,
Within moments, Jonathan visibly relaxes.
we should be safe now, right?
I'm gonna be swapping a lot of voices here and there, you know? It's like 3 people talking here at the same time, you know?
That's gonna be a little bit of pain. Honestly. Yes. Everything in the theater was just her extension. We should be fine now that we've shaken them off.
Iris speaks in a soft voice, slow voice. It's gonna be good practice for you? Yeah, that's true. That's very true. Granted, I would like to do a Selena voice, but I don't think I can do a Selena voice, to be honest. Maybe I should probably give her an accent, because she does give off that vibe, to be honest.
Ma'am, are you alright?
You can call me Iris. The problem is I have to have the headphones off, or else I'm gonna hear myself, you know. Iris' gesture towards Dandelion is a passenger seat as he speaks. Something like that.
Something in that sort of familiar accent, you know?
Iris gestures towards Dandelion in the passenger seat as she speaks.
Damn, all this for one word. God damn, that's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's crazy. Alright, let me see. Trying to see if I can fix the shortcut. Boop, 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 boop. Yes. Yes. Dandelion.
Also known as Miss Plaintiff. Hello.
Dandelion cuts Iris off and extends her hand with the expressionless face. Jonathan awkwardly takes her hand and introduces himself.
Hello everyone. My name is,
Hi, Mr. Nickname Jonathan. We know who you are.
Dandelion casually withdraws her hand as if she wasn't the one who just crushed his fingers, then opens a notebook.
Jonathan, 31 years old, born in Fost. Holds titles as Professor of the International Political Relations and Expert of International Geopolitical Strategy, Special Consulting Advisor of the United Government International Legal Office. Current work involves reviewing Bain's legal provisions and the preparations of revision of the new Earth Codex.
Dandelion looks at Jonathan, then asks a question emphasizing each word.
Is the aforementioned information accurate?
meticulously precise, completely accurate.
Very good. Now then.
For one word.
Literally. Just one word. Dandelion. Wait, hold on. Dandelion. I think right there should be fine. Dandelion.
Because in order to do like a specific voice, I have to control my own vocal cords to do a different type of vocal voice for the AI thing to do, or else it'll like sound different, you know? Iris calls out to Dandelion, her voice weak with fatigue.
Can you drive?
Of course. I'm sorry, I didn't notice.
Jesus Christ, it's only for one word. I have to see these again for one word?
For one fucking word? God damn. It's okay.
Iris nods and stops the vehicle to quickly switch seats. Iris adjusts her seat and closes her eyes. Her breathing quickly becomes steady and rhythmic.
Seriously?
Keep your voice down. I'll tell you whatever you want to know. Let Iris sleep. She's exhausted.
Hey, so this was where Jonathan and Dandelion out the theater completed. Nice, Sue. Alright, here we go. Next story. Here we go. So there's only like 18 chapters here in total. Well, we're back here. World Government Association of Art.
In her private studio, Isla grabs her wrist and tears herself away from the canvas. It's not because of her sketch, but a sense that something is wrong. Luna, are you alright? Isla's voice fades in and out. Sweat covers your body as you focus on your own condition instead of the canvas. Your consciousness jumps up and down until it finally restores the edge of your form, stabilizing you. These are very clear symptoms of overexertion. The test shows no other problems, so I won't give you any meds. Rest is most effective. Take some time off if you can. The Star of Life doctor continuously scrolls through the test report on the screen, offering reassurance. It's not overwork or fatigue. Neither mental nor physical exhaustion would cause a reaction like this.
Here, I'll do the normal voice just for this one anyways. Just for this one. It's just a backstory anyways.
Despite your ravages, my lover shall be young forever in my poetry. Something's wrong. Is it the sound I'm hearing? Or the image I'm seeing? You look up again. The blank face of the canvas shifts in your vision and seems tangible and elusive at the same time. You take a fresh writing paper the moment you close the cabinet. Your emotions is fluid, as if closing the mail cabinet and writing a reply to someone is a habit, instinct, a natural consequence of countless repetition. But as pen meets paper, discomfort makes your hand freeze, even though you already know the opening lines and just need to write them down. There's an emotion that I have forgotten, but my body remembers. Luna? Isla's voice becomes a bit clearer. She's reaching out to me, showing concern for me. The emotions and care in her tone help define my sense of self. The emotional experience fades. Things lie on the chopping board of rationality. Just as a blade of scrutiny is about to fall, they struggle to take concrete form again. Something I don't know about is happening. My perception has blind spots. That problem is with me. I'm fine, Commandant. It's just that I just had a strange feeling just now. It just felt a little weird. No. Perhaps the problem isn't just with me, but with us. With some larger concept altogether. You reach the conclusion and your spirit and flesh become calm again. The unknown is the ultimate fear, yet when trouble shows its tip on the ocean's surface, past experience becomes the best sedative. The disturbance of consciousness can shake the commandant on active duty. Isla. You abruptly look up, sweat dripping down your face. Your gaze fixes on Isla. Yes? Take a photo of this canvas. We're going to the Star of Life. Sure. You pull out your terminal to book a session at the Star of Life, while explaining to a confused Isla who trusts your judgment. A few days ago, I started experiencing symptoms similar to war trauma. The doctor said it was just fatigue, but at the opera house, I experienced hallucination. I dismissed it at one-time occurrence, but now... This conference triggered it again, didn't it? What did you see? Or rather, what did you remember?
I didn't see anything. Nor did I remember anything. I'm hoping the voices are distinct enough, at least, you know? I'm hoping they're at least a little bit different on the range. Hopefully they are. I can't tell on my end. You guys can tell me or not.
However, you raise your right hand towards Isla, your fingertips still stained with paint from the canvas. Your body reacted before you'd noticed. I see. However, it would make more sense if it only triggered hallucination. But this time, you were unconsciously compelled to act, suggests that the stimulus is stronger than affecting you more deeply. Isla puts down her camera and steps back to look at the canvas, only to realize something isn't right. But this painting is inspired by the scene from my mind. Yes, that's why you need to get examined as well. You hand over your terminal with a blank medical appointment form for Isla to verify. We need to figure out what's really happening. Star of Life. The pristine white decor, the scent of antiseptic, creates a reassuring atmosphere for every visitor. You arrive at the Star of Life with Isla and spot several familiar faces before you even reach the reception.
Tanaka's still going? Hell yeah. Hey Vods, how you been?
I usually wouldn't say this, but since I've seen it, I have say you've crossed a line. The Star of Life is a place for healing and saving lives, not a tool for recovering up your messes.
Oh, it's fucking this guy. Jesus Christ, this fucking dude. Here, I'm gonna need to make a new one for that guy, to be honest.
He's got like a super low voice like this. Something like that, pretty much. Well, I'm just doing story time, that's about it. Of course, I completely agree. Where else in Babylonia could you find a cleaner place than this? But what we're doing is also a form of treatment. Some troubles on the surface can be fixed with a bit of money if it happens in space.
Whew, Jesus. His voice tires me.
Collins taps his foot on the floor, his tone overflowing with sincerity that seems to come from the heart.
That's not a sight anyone would want to see.
Medical practice requires a license. A treatment must follow proper protocols.
Of course, everything we're doing is within the scope of the medical protocols.
Colin's smile stays intact as he passes the conversation to the man behind him. The silence lasts only for a few seconds before Hippocrates reluctantly hands over what appears to be official notice, which Asimov takes and signs. You know about this. You know about this.
I think I'll just do this one normally, to be honest. I'll just go a little bit more lower and then just add a little bit like this in third nature.
Yes and no. They move too quickly.
Asimov hesitates as if wanting to explain something, but just lets out a sigh.
You know, I've never been able to figure out how they think, and I don't want to waste time trying, but I'll keep a close eye from now on. If you say so. Let's go. Attending physician Collins. I'll show you Babylonia illness.
You must be joking. Hasn't he already been cleared? I'm here to offer condolences and compensation.
He looks like a perv. He is a perv. He looks like one too.
To show his sincerity, Collins produces a basket of gifts, with the most expensive items being an anonymous credit chip nestled among the flowers. Hippocrates responds with a grunt, shoves his hand back into his pocket, and turns to leave. The two walk away as Asimov remains still.
What happened?
Luna? Startled by Asimov, looks up and tucks his pen back into his collar. His tone shows mild irritation. Minor issue with the Science Council. A control court has taken several researchers in for questioning.
The control court? Not Kurono?
They're involved, but they weren't the cause. Asimov pauses briefly, thinking about whether to explain further. Discrepancy between the actual results of what was reported were found for a project at one of the Science Council's research institution. So the control court intervened under counter-espionage and confidentiality breach regulation.
Sounds like a standard procedure.
But Kurono doesn't see it that way. They've interpreted the control court's crackdown on the Science Council as a premeditated collaboration.
I don't understand. Why would Kurono interpret a court control attack as cooperation?
The control court confronts the Science Council, and their investigation extends other projects in the process. Kurono's projects get accidentally caught up in it. That's what they're worried about.
How exactly does this all relate? The reasoning seems a bit off.
Testing. Because this isn't the first time Kurono secretly interfere with Science Council researcher project is nothing new. The Control Court and Science Council responding to or retaliating against such actions is also common. I don't like getting involved in his political games, but... Did they cross the line this time? Asimov draws furrows together, showing his deep in thought. There we go. To prove their innocence, they started treating all involved researchers as criminals during interrogation. The boys suffered severe psychological trauma that the control court-owned medical team couldn't handle, so they transferred them to the start of life.
Sounds very much like they were trying to destroy evidence.
That's what I thought too, but Kurono released recordings of the entire process. The time they were generally innocent, so of course they made the point of being open about the investigation. Besides, this incident was very unusual.
Asimov's expression grows increasingly serious as he delves into the details. Hey, Fuji.
Testing. There was a glaring, inexplicable gap in project's research progression. Like a skyscraper that's appeared out of thin air.
Appeared out of thin air?
The project's latest technology had already been implemented on several frames, and even deployed on a small scale, yet the most recent batch of experimental results was only produced last month.
But the earlier derivation process and prototype technology seems to have vanished.
Did they not notice anything unusual?
No. The project member reaction to this question were so consistent they seemed more like a rehearsed performance than a coordinated cover-up. Complete ignorance, bewilderment, and excuses even subsequent of the reaction was nearly identical across the board. I really like his voice. I'm like applying pressure on my windpipe to sound a little bit more lower, to give him like, you know, try to do a guy's voice, but you know I can't do a guy's voice, but like I'm just applying pressure on my windpipe is all. As my brows furrows even deeper, this left every investigator confused, so they drew the simplest conclusion that the researchers sold their findings and then falsified their progress reports. But if their goal was to steal and sell classified information, it makes no sense since they would implement the research results. This is another point of the investigation fails to explain. Something must have gone wrong, but neither the control court nor Corono have given more time to figure it out. It's simple without one. There cannot be two. Without materials and manufacturing process, there will not be a finished product. Asimov's words coherently connected several abstract concepts. Isla. You pull out the letters you discovered in the cabinet. They have recipients, a broken wax seal, letters that are just like a finished product, but the paper inside is completely blank. It sounds a bit far-fetched, but looks like you've run into trouble as well.
That's why Luna and I came to the Star of Life. Asimov, does this project have any connection to the WGAA?
I don't know your situation, but this project has nothing to do with the WGAA. It's a military research primarily for battlefield. They study tenebrion energy, which you should know about. Asimov pauses for a moment before continuing. The project's official code name is ABES. The predecessor was a researcher institution from the Golden Age called the ABES Research Institute. Does what happened to you have anything to do with this name? You exchanged a look with Isla, both shaking your heads. HO584, Luna Rose, RS0585. Isla, please proceed to the window 27. Isla's about to say something when the cold electronic voice sound in the lobby. It's their scheduled consultation. Ew, ew, ew. Babylonia. Doors open with click as you and Isla exit from two different rooms. Neither of you are two consciousness connection produce symptoms patterns similar to what you described during test. We've sped up the process. Both patients shows physical function mind, and mind begins stability levels above safety threshold. Your conversion has been sent to our psychology department for analysis, but I'll need to interview your friend, family, and colleagues before forming a conclusion. This process will take 3 or 4 business days. Our preliminary diagnosis indicates mass conversion disorder. The doctor delivers the results in a monotone, then, hey, I got it! I got the voice correctly in a monotone voice. Then sets down a paper to add more information. For most patients, the diagnostic process would end here, but because it's Luna, we'll follow up. Considering your previous report, I'm inclined to believe this finding is meaningless. How do you like her voice? Do you guys like her voice? I gave her that specific voice with that specific... I don't know what accent that is, but I don't know. You know? You don't believe your own preliminary diagnosis? In my professional opinion, except in extremely rare cases, of course, I don't mean to speak ill of any patient. The doctor smiles in apology and makes a gesture as if trying to take back the inappropriate comment, but becomes serious again. Apart from a handful of cases, I've never seen other commandant exhibit similar psychological symptoms in their daily lives. A commandant can still fall ill or have physical or mental health issues. Others may have psychological issues, but nothing nearly as several as what you've described. And we haven't detected any signs of infection. So, thank you for your honesty. I might not agree, but your status as a elite squad commandant still takes priority over your status as a patient. Even if others have doubt, I won't say it. I'm a doctor, and I suppose to reassure my patients. But you need assistance instead of reassurance. I'm sorry, I cannot be of more help. Don't worry, just leave the rest to us. The doctor shakes her head, gathering the examination forms, and leaves the room. As she exits, Asimov enters. Is the examination over? You actually still here? You didn't go? There's no evidence linking what happened to you with the Science Council incident, but I'm still concerned about your condition. The Science Council is responsible for all Commandant mental well-being, as it directly affects the stability of your mind beacon. I know the general situation now. What would you like to do next? Consult Isla for advice. Express your thoughts. Consult Isla for... Isla, is that okay with you? It's alright. This is about Luna, so don't worry about too much about me. Let's start by physically examining the painting and the letter. We need help with trace evidence analysis and authentication techniques. Okay. Asimov immediately accepts. It's clear he already had this in mind, but was waiting for you to confirm his guess. The samples need to be private, so we'll assign technicians who are familiar with you both. We'll ensure the safety of your objects during the examination. I'll get someone to retrieve Isla's canvas as soon as possible. Luna, your letter. He extends his hand towards you as he says this. I'll leave it to you then. You take the letter from your pocket and hand it over to Asimov. After parting, you leave the Star Life with Isla. Hey, Bearclaw. Yeah, because we're doing game. We're gaming! Fast city of suburban Via. At the Via's entrance, a weathered mailbox creaks in the wind as Iris reaches in to pull out a letter. A sharp edge leaves Iris' fingertip unscathed, yet the sharp sensation reminds her of her exhaustion. These lapses in attention are occurring more frequently. It's not a good sign. Iris shakes her head and opens the letter. Rows of delicate, elegant cursive in royal blue ink flows across the page with confidence. The multilateral trade agreement has been signed at the Miro Sea, twin towers of the official implement. The peace operation conducted by the Tuca Independent Guard along the maintained coastline has concluded. The 709th Mechanized Brigade of the United Government has entered the Roro Rainforest in accordance with the Joint Security Regulation in the New Earth Codex. Roro, the United Government Section.
Each line reads like a brief report with items arranged chronologically. Chronologically, my bad. Anyone can find all of this information with a quick research. Even most of the details have been made public. The letter doesn't provide any additional details. Yet Iris sighs with relief after reading it. She carefully folds the letter, tucks it into her pocket, and walks back to the villa. In the villa's living room, Dandelion and Jonathan sit at the opposite ends of the coffee table. The conversation is serious yet odd. Dandelion wears a grave expression while Jonathan looks confused.
We're back to Jonathan.
Mr. Jonathan himself. Wow. And then what?
There's no, and then. That's all there is to it now about why you were attacked at that opera house. Do you have any questions? I know that I just said might sound a bit absurd.
I just had one question. Are you finished? Like that speedy recital of my identity in the car, are you done with your rigorous, precise, and informative explanation?
Yes. Did I leave anything out?
No. I mean, what you've been saying must be some science fiction to let the mood. Like how a judge always says a few transitional words before announcing the verdict.
Jonathan rests his elbows on his knees, hands clasped over his nose and lips. His legs bounce nervously before he takes a deep breath and drops his hands to his sides.
For instance, the truth could be that I work for the United Government helping revise the article for the new Earth Codex. A group of dissatisfied civilians has targeted me, most of them victims of the peace operation. They oppose of the United Government and don't want to see the new Earth Codex implemented, so they plan to attack.
Jonathan's analysis is logical and clear. The conclusion is worst case scenario in his mind when he accepted his job. But human imagination has its limits. Trouble does not.
Jonathan, this isn't a court, and we're not a jury playing make-believe. Do you really think what happened is something ordinary people, or military, or these special organizations could carry out?
Jonathan opens his mouth, but nothing comes out. He stands up and freezes before swallowing his words. Anger or closing control is unfamiliar to Jonathan, or any lawyer.
So you're saying that whoever targeting me isn't a civilian organization, nor an armed group opposing the United Government, but rather someone with supernatural powers who can travel through time, someone who can easily cause mass destruction?
Jonathan pauses desperately, searching through his knowledge for anything similar. Man, I wish I could do a guy voice, to be honest. If I could do a guy voice, it would be pretty cool right now, to be honest. To at least like to do like some of the male characters in this game.
That'd be a pretty crazy like range of voice, to be honest. A criminal who's still committing crimes.
You already sound like one? No, I don't. Dandelion nods in silence.
God, so many swapping back and forth. Jesus Christ. What is a goal and why target me? Is it because I have the ability to convict this Inora Luya someday for crimes against humanity?
Oh shit, she speaks here. Alright, time for the voice changer chat. Voice changer time.
Boing. Boing. Boing, 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 boing. Whatever you say, boomer. This is so dumb. It's far more than that. Your pen has more power to change the world, Mr. Johnson.
Iris's voice comes from behind. She's leaning on the wall next to the stairs, tending to her hand wounds.
Oh fuck! I gotta turn on the voice changer again. God damn it, dude! I swear to God. Ay ay ay, ay ay ay,
Ay
ay ay ay.
ay ay ay.
Honestly,
Sir.
I'm on phone. Can't.
I'm on
that.
phone, can't quote that.
Well, too bad.
Well, too bad. Too bad you said. You can change history without you. The New Earth Codex between the United Government and the Bane local government would fail. This would hinder multiple United Government initiatives, and as for Bane,
Iris has a glance at Dandelion and pauses a bit.
error. More text. Bane will also be incorporated into the United Government's Peace Operation mission. Yeah, fuck it, I'll just do it in this way. Jonathan stares at the glass on the table in silence, then gives a self-mocking smile.
Fuck, I'm gonna be swapping back and forth in this one? Jesus Christ. That's insane, to be honest. Now I gotta swap back and forth in, from the,
For my plugin and then do the voice changer every single time. You make it sound like I'm having the world. I'm saving the world.
Single time. Every single time. No. My duty is to ensure that history moves along its original path.
testing.
Testing.
There we go.
There we go.
Gotta make sure. Oh, it's Jonathan. I gotta
Put Jonathan back on. What's the difference? Are you suggesting something?
I wish I can toggle them, to be honest. I wish I can just press a button or so to toggle each one and just kind of like turn them on. I wish I can have something like that. It'd be really helpful, to be honest. Just push a button, I can just change it without having to like swap over to like different windows.
Jonathan looks around, his gaze settling on Iris's bandaged hands.
Vehicles, safe house, essential document. This isn't your first operation. Is it the protection mission that keeps repeating, or your battles with Inora Luea?
Ah. Testing. Testing. There you go. Does that mean anything to you, Mr. Jonathan? I'll do it in this voice. Iris wants to change the topic, but Jonathan reads something from her brief silence. The rhetorical question doesn't align with her demeanor and words. Avoidance and reluctance are two different things.
I'm just only doing it in that one, to be honest. Just to kind of like, you know, if it swaps back to her voice and everything. Fine. The truth is always more complex seen than words on paper. I get it. I mean, we're dealing with time travel. What about your identity? Surely you can explain that, even if it's just a story. A group of guardians hidden in the shadows, an organization that maintains historical stability.
Wowzers. Wowzers. I'm afraid none of that exists. What you see is all there is.
Okay, whatever you say, boomer. This is not the time for jokes, and the whole fighting alone is the rule. The thing only happens in superhero movies. Just the three of us against the mastermind behind an attack of that scale today.
To be precise, it's only Iris.
Jonathan looks towards Dandelion, who tucks a strand of her hair behind her ear.
Like you, I'm an ordinary person. Iris saved me, and I want to do the same in return.
Can we ask for help? Like sharing Inora Luea's files with the United Government to get the military involved?
Oh, I gotta do the voice changer for this one because she's speaking at the same time, so.
Bam, 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 bam. The weapons of this era can hardly pose a threat to Luea, and sharing information would only create more complications. At that point, Luea wouldn't even need to make a move. The future would already be altered. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness gracious me. How long is this gonna take, to be honest, to finish this entire thing? I feel like it's taking forever. What would happen if it changes? The world ends?
The world ends. Iris calmly looks at Jonathan in silence. If the prisoner finds a way out before the prison is sealed, all efforts will be in vain and the world will vanish into one final echo. But she has no other solution, nor can she tell this to these two.
Fine, you don't need to say anything. I can tell from your expression that the outcome would be catastrophic.
I understand how you feel. I understand how you feel. Perhaps you need some time to process this. Don't worry. We'll protect you until you reach the Bane and finish your work. With that said, Iris turns to go upstairs.
Well, Jonathan turns his head to see Daniela is hiding half of her face behind a book. Why don't we take a look at the Bane's history first? Jonathan reaches out for the book with a sigh, only to quiet some sound of pages turning, remaining in the villa. In the villa? Villa? I don't know. I don't know what it is, to be honest. Fast City. Iris returns to her room, where letters she retrieved from the mailbox lie spread across her table. She pulls out letters paper, casually stacking them before picking up her pen. Elegant royal blue ink flows across the page. Bane has signed the New Earth Codex, ending the successful journey. By then, the notes will have completely slid to the bottom of the staff and distance from the main line with 5 will be optimal length for the slash. The closed loop will set forth a chain of events, and our sending message via letters may no longer be viable. You must ensure the viability of the remaining options during your journey. The flow of ink stops here. Iris hesitates before adding an emotional line. The critical point of the slash is closed and must be secured. Iris blows the ink dry, slips the letter into an envelope and stamps it with a wax seal. She lets out a long sigh. She pulls out a blank piece of paper, carefully lays it on the desk, and leans back against her chair. Her expression often softens, and the seriousness from her earlier, when she spoke to Luia, and her calm, composed front both begins to disappear. She looks like Nerissa Croft. She better. No, that's how she looked like her. So she always had the blue. She always had the blue tint in the back of her hair. That's what I want to have in my hair too, as well. Have a color behind like the hairpiece. I would like that, to be honest. I don't know how you can do that in real life, but it'd be pretty cool to have a wig like that, at least, you know? Her gaze travels beyond this piece of paper, the room, and even the horizon. Suddenly, Iris chuckles softly. Oh, I have to do the voice for her. 1000%. This is definitely for the voice.
Oh, what? Alright, testing. There we go. Dear Luna Raul, how are you? I miss you so much. That didn't fucking last long. Yeah, well, I'm just gonna do it in this voice for her anyways. Just to make it a little bit more faster anyways. Her writing flows with tranquility, each stroke soft and tender. Even the air in the room seems to have lightened. After a long while, the sound of her pen running on the paper ceases as the letter is finally done. Looking at these words, Iris is reading it over and over again, as if reading it countless times might allow her to hear the receptionist's gentle voice replying in her ear. Finally, Iris makes herself stop, knowing that indulging in such comfort only makes the long journey ahead more difficult. She picks up a violin and the bow dances across the strings. As the music fills the air, the letter begins to dance, drawn by the unseen force. It bundles into a tight ball, then unfolds like a germinating seed and grows into a flower. A pale blue glows, creeps up on the paper flower, then vanishes with the last note, as if it were never there at all.
I could do the normal one for this one. Inside the villa, Dandelion sits beside Jonathan with documents spread across the table, patiently explaining everything. Due to their troubled history, the people of the Bane particularly sensitive to certain ideas in the New Earth Codex. The prime example is the Northern Territory incident, which had profound impact on the Bane's social climate and public consciousness. If we would advance the protocol, these sections should. Bam. Jonathan? The man has his eyes on the text, but his mind is wandering. He snaps the book shut and loud noises startles Dandelion. Am I making a try? If you're not interested in this part, we could...
Your eloquency and tone are far more pleasant than the cold legal articles, but...
Jonathan calmly finishes the thought that the Dandelion didn't finish.
I'm sorry, you're right, I'm not interested. Dandelion, have you ever been to court?
Going to the courtroom? Damn, we're going to the courtroom. That's crazy. No, I'm not. I'm not a lawyer. I'm just a content writer who reads some legal documents after learning about my mission. You trying to rizz up? Who knows? Maybe. Ugh, this back and forth tires me out sometimes, you know. I'm not gonna lie, chat. Not gonna lie.
Do you know what lawyers typically do when they get a trial they're going to lose?
Dandelion knows what Jonathan's trying to say and furrows her brow, but realizes she's not in a position to refute him. So she speaks calmly, her tone more like a plea than a confrontation. Are you going to run away, Jonathan?
No, I have always faced things head on in my past. My win rate isn't 100%, not even 80. I've never cared about the stats once I take a case. I see it clearly and no exceptions. Because I believe my presence is necessary for court and case. But in this situation, I'm not a lawyer. I'm not even part of the court system.
Jonathan looks at the hem of his clothes. There are a tear from his escape from the Dionysus Theater. I have no idea how you properly pronounce that, to be honest. Here, let me get something to drink real quick. Let me get a sparkling water real fast. I need to quench my thirst for all these goddamn voices I'm feeling. Yeah, Lord, all these voices. Also grabbing a strawberry Belgian waffle too as well. Might as well, like, you know, snack on something real quick, to be honest. Oof, Jesus, she's thirsty for Jonathan? Not really. But he's quite a damper man. Quite dampened indeed. The man is very posh indeed, quite dampered. You guys like my voices? Hopefully they're different from each other at least, you know? I want the voices to be different because I want to be a good voice actress again, so. Oh, wait. Oh, my goodness gracious me. Honestly. The things that I do sometimes, chat. The things that I do. I swear. Ugh. Refreshed. A little bit of refreshment right there. I needed that, to be honest.
Kinda tires me out, you know, sometimes. I'm just courtroom evidence to be used against Inora Luya. Luya? I don't know how to pronounce her name, to be honest. Who's facing death. I'm just a piece of evidence, one of many. Inora Luya wants me dead because my death would alter the United Government's future direction. Iris wants me alive because I can assure Bane signs the new Earth Codex. Southern accent. It has to be a perfect character for it, that's the reason why. I'm important, but they don't value me. They only care about the agreement.
Iris isn't like that. She's not someone who only cares about results. Otherwise, she wouldn't have saved me either.
Perhaps the Iris you described does match her word and demeanor. I don't know her past, but her attitude just now, I know it all too well.
He does? I don't get what you mean.
She's like a lawyer whose case is approaching its verdict, so she needs to focus on preparing the materials for the court's hearing.
Oh, fuck that. I'm not turning that on for just one voice line. I'm just gonna do the voice.
Does knowing that mean anything to you, Mr. Jonathan?
Yeah, I'm not even gonna bother turning it on for one line, okay? I'm like, fuck that. No, I'm not doing it for one line.
I can't see the full scope of this case. If we lose, the defendant will destroy not only the plaintiff and lawyer, but also the evidence and even the entire court. But from what she, or what you've told me, I can tell that Inora Luya follows just two rules: instruction, destruction, and murder. These alone make up her entire legal code. Disrupting history, mixing up time. What exactly does she want? I can't figure it out, and you don't have the answer. But no matter how I look at it, I cannot participate in a case with such a lack of transparency and high risk.
If you give up here, Bane will. Dandelion presses her lips together, her eyes filled with a silent plea. Earlier, when Iris mentioned the possibility of that the peace operation would include Bane, she glanced at Dandelion, giving Jonathan a clue to Dandelion's identity. Dandelion is from Bane, which explains why she willingly became involved after Iris saved her. But Jonathan is not. Before his identity as a lawyer, he is more of an ordinary person.
I'm sorry.
He places the books on Dandelion's lap, stands up, and takes out his phone, apologizing as he dials a number.
I am very grateful for your help. If you need any legal consultation in the future, you're welcome to find me, free of charge. If you need money, give me an account number. I'll donate half of my law firm's liquid assets to you immediately. But now... Beep.
With a soft beep, the call connects. Jonathan silently mouths to Dandelion.
This is the United Government Legal Affairs Department. I'm Operator K144. How may I help you?
This is Jonathan, the registered lawyer with the United Government Legal Affairs Department. Due to personal reasons, I cannot continue with the current task assigned by the department. Please help me initiate a termination process.
Please wait a moment. You are Mr. Jonathan, the consulting advisor for the Legal Affairs Department, correct? Their system shows you are currently involved in the Bain Legal Code Research Project and will be traveling to Bain with the Legal Affairs Department delegation next week. You would like to end this task now, is that correct?
Jonathan holds his phone and gives a slight nod after exchanging glances with the Dandelion.
Yes.
Understood. I have processed your request. You'll need to complete some additional steps. We will contact you again by phone.
Thank you for your help.
Jonathan hangs up on and avoids Dandelion's gaze, bending down to pack his clothes instead. Footsteps approach as Iris returns to the living room, her wounds now properly treated. Ah! This voice. Holy Toledo's Batman.
Holy Toledo's Batman.
I swear.
I swear. Is a pain in the ass to do this. I don't know which one's better though. This one? This one? How's this one? Does this one sound good? I don't know. Eh, fuck it, I just roll with this one. I don't even know what this does. Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing. I think I'll put it there. I think that might be fine, but I'm not too sure. Okay, that does change stuff. But I'm not too sure if it's here or here. I think right there is fine. Yeah, somewhat. Somewhat there. We'll see. Looks like Mr. Jonathan and Dandelion didn't reach an agreement.
This is my fault. I'm selfish. I hope you don't regret saving me.
Fuck, man. Fuck.
Nobody should regret saving someone's life. It sounds too high. Why don't we reduce it down a little bit? Oh, like 5 maybe? Nobody should regret saving someone's life. regardless of what happens. But running away won't solve anything. As long as you're still in charge, Luoya won't let you go.
I've already given up the task assigned to me by the United Government, though I know it's not right to pass this disaster on to someone else.
Jonathan hands freeze as the buttons his sleeves.
But I'm too innocent too.
Doing your mom? Did you doing your mom?
Alright, testing. Ariel. You're missing my point. If things could be changed so easily, Luya and I wouldn't be this at the stand-up right now. Iris glances at the phone. Jonathan still clutches at his hand. The Vods has inertia. Especially stays on the established path, it's change that comes with price. As if to validate Iris's word, Jonathan's phone rings.
Joe, are you in trouble?
Joe, are you in trouble?
Sorry. It's supposed to be this one. Joe, are you in trouble?
I ran into something at the Dionysus Theater. Alvin looks up at the clock, the two. We were attacked by an armed organization. They resolved to stop Bane from signing the New Earth Codex, as far beyond what we imagined.
Joe, I know how hard this is for you, but someone has to finish this. The New Earth Codex is a massive undertaking. The Legal Affairs Office of the United Government has no other options left, even if I am already on the plane. I would appeal to some grand cause to persuade you, but the world is changing. Once you're caught up in it, it's difficult to walk away. You've been a member of the United Government for so long, the part of their peacekeeping operations. Aren't you familiar with their methods by now? Jonathan's face instantly darkens. Think it over again, Joel. It's not just for others, it's also for yourself.
Thank you for your reminder. Jonathan Absolute ends the call.
Before he can process his emotions, his phone lights up again, the text message from the United Government. Each word hides a threat behind respect. Iris sighs before she can speak, and knock at the door breaks the silence.
Hello?
I'm just not doing that.
Hello, is this Unit 6? Which one of you is Iris? I have something for you.
Iris takes the envelope, and a familiar texture sends a wave of unease through her. The blue handwriting appears steady, but the hurried strokes between the lines reveal it was written in haste. The multilateral trade agreements happening at the Mirror Sea Twin Towers has been postponed due to unknown attack. Witness reported a metal giant, which some experts claim to be a secret military weapon. The maintained coastline peace operation of the Tuca Independent Guard has encountered significant resistance. Unknown attackers are throwing the situation into chaos. The 709th Mechanized Brigade of the United Government has entered the Roro Rainforest. In accordance with the Joint Security Regulation in the New Earth Codex, Roro and the United Government section. During the deployment, they were attacked by an unidentified armed organization and suffered heavy casualties. No one has claimed responsibility for the incident. Luia has realized the critical point for Slash is approaching. She has launched attacks against various nodes and is attempting to break free. Iris, what's wrong? You look terrible.
S. S. She found a loophole. She's fighting back. Hey, Nautical.
La digo otra paloma. Me voy a matar. Me voy a matar. Que es el último. Wii. 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 Me voy a matar. Wii. Wii.
Who? The ground trembles for the second before Dandelion can finish. Iris turns her head. Her mechanical pupils started adjusting, and she sees something in the distance. Ba-ba-ba-ba. Testing.
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 Reduce touch it, probably, maybe.
Reduce touch it, probably, maybe.
2?
2?
Yeah.
Yeah, somewhere around there. Hey, Nora. Luia, she's here.
I'm back at Babylon. The next day, you follow a message on your terminal, and they arrive at the information center in the same district as the dormitory. What the fuck? The usual bustling building is now temporarily closed. A few people who come up click their tongues in disappointment and walk away. Good morning, Commandant. What's going on here? You walk into the building with Isla after going around the barriers. Last night, the forensic department ran 3 thorough tests on your letter. They did not find anything. As for the painting, our last clue, it gave lead to that are too vague, so they decided to involve information technology specialist. How to keep you on your feet? What the fuck? Why all the fuss for some specialist? It's not the specialist, but the solution they're working on. Isla blinks, takes out her terminal, and taps it a few times before reciting the text. We've decided to abstract your painting into a different conceptual data sets based on 3 disciplines: art, medicine, and forensic analysis. These conceptual data sets will be transformed into various keywords used in a search throughout Babylonia to find matching content. Is there a version of that in plain English? I'd like one too. Oh, it's Teddy! Yo, it's freaking Teddy! As she finishes speaking, the terminal chimes and the auto connects before she can touch it. I don't know if I can do Teddy's voice, to be honest. Natsuko, get in here. I need your voice. I need your voice for a second. Let me see. What can I do here? She looks very like monotone-ish type, at least, you know. At least for like Teddy. But like a lot more higher, like monotone-ish. I would say like a more breathy, kind of raspy type of voice as I can give it, I guess. I'll see if I can do that, to be honest. The plains version is
We're digitizing the painting to figure out why it made you both uncomfortable and to see if any else reacts to it. The search scope's huge, and the filtering of the scattered data is complicated, so we booked this place as our temporary workspace. Also,
The voice goes quiet for a moment, and heavy breathing sounds follow as the speaker is leaning closer. No, I'm just talking about the character itself, the portrait.
you both came without breakfast?
Oh, technology! Wow, fancy schmancy. You enter the information center server's room and see rows of wide monitors lining the walls. Data cascades down the screens like waterfalls, while subtle beeps hums rhythmically. At the control console, the petite figure is curled up in an oversized chair with a vacant stare. See, this is you. You can totally do the voice for this one, Natsuko. Just from the you can do like a monotonish female girl of this caliber. She's petite anyway, so works for you. She looks more like an employee who's pulled an all-nighter rather than a construct. How are you feeling?
Oh no.
Teddy rolls her eyes. All-nighters might be nothing new, but staring at an endless streams of data is clearly more tiring than playing Ultimate Bear Brawl in her dormitory. A rhythmic, melodic notification chimes as harmony with your terminal alerts. Your order of 2 cherry-flavored electrolyte drinks and... Oh, this is an electronic voice. Here, let me see. Let me see if I can do like a robot voice again.
Your order of 2 cherry-flavored electrolyte drinks and 1 cherry-flavored milk tea has been accepted. The vendor is preparing your order.
There's no need to hack into my terminal. I could have ordered for you.
Because it makes me look more professional, plus it helps me blow off steam.
Whatever works for you, I guess. Have you reached any conclusions?
My only conclusion is that there's something odd about what happened to you. We don't have enough information to form a theory.
Her fingers fly across the controls as she pulls up a user-friendly interface. A dozen files pop up in succession across the monitor. How do you think of her voice? What do you guys think, chat? That's kind of like all I can think of, to be honest, in my personal opinion.
First of all, the painting, I searched Babylonia's entire internal network, but there's no picture with more than 60% similarity. I also checked the ones with less similarity. No need to waste any words for that. I can't get more information because the portfolio lacks facial features. That's usually the easiest characteristic to match, essentially serving as a key data. Because I haven't decided how to draw it yet. The cursor traces whatever crosses the screen in response. I also have people's reactions to this painting from over 280 individuals across 66 industries and 4 age groups, used both indirect questionnaires and direct interviews. The data from this was the only result I got last night.
What do you mean?
Certain age groups showed reaction beyond typical observation. The reaction weren't obvious, often just casual comment or remarks, but they became significant once the sample size increased. I've divided these individuals into 2 distinct groups based on their reactions.
Teddy glances at Isla as she continues to speak.
The first group shares an obvious trait, affiliation with the WGAA, Alan, and certain other WGAA members for example. But the second group didn't. There was no common trait in terms of social status, purchasing power, living location, or recent experience. I spent the entire night digging and eventually found something. The result is fascinating.
Teddy pulls up a column of data labeled Tickets Purchase Records.
They all attended the old opera that was recently restaged of the Akadea evacuation. Evacuation. Almost.
Oh no, it is evacuation. Sorry. Fucking English.
Almost all of them were present at its premiere. I've already reported these findings to Asimov. He's find resources to conduct a thorough interview for these individuals. Good work. Don't forget, I'm keeping a record and I'll send it to your terminal with daily reminders.
I'll update my firmware as soon as I get home.
I've already updated it. I'm in charge of this quarter version, and it hasn't even been synced to the Information Technology Center yet.
By the way, is that the image analysis software on screen? Ella interrupts the playful banter.
Yes, it is. Do you want to research for images with less than 60% similarity?
No, didn't you say there was no matches? Then what's this? You all fix your gaze on the screen where Isla's fingers is. On the bottom of the screen, on the red bar that shows an error that has self-repaired, one result stands out. Image match similarity, 95%. Matching module tag, character depiction. Match target, backup frame. Capriccio. Details, no registration info. Teddy furrows her brows and a dizzying array of windows pop up at the screen. Soon more information appears. Circle, backup frame, Capriccio. Details, no registration info. Current location, Conservation Area 221 Warehouse. Frame processing status, pending destruction. 180 hours. 03 minutes and 31 seconds. Process registered by Control Code Ishmael. A Babylonian backup frame stored in a conservation area warehouse?
I think we found the issue.
We have 3 hours until it's destroyed. Let's head to the warehouse now.
Temporary communication channels established. I've created a combat mission under the Science Council Dispatch Authority. I'll assist you in the access of Conservation Area 221 surveillance systems.
As for Ishmael,
I'll use the Science Council Authority to block her surface access request and stop Ishmael from reaching Conservation Area 221 before you do. I'm on my way to her now.
Isla, let's go. You quickly access your plan and leave Babylonia without gathering combat supplies. Oh shit! Oh shit! Let's go! Let's go! Conservation Area 221. As you leave the landing pad, a noisy engine behind you briefly stops before starting again. You and Isla wave goodbye to the pilot through the windshield, then turn towards your destination. You press the terminal admiss and roaring air current and rumbling drown out sounds in your earpiece.
The storage area is in front of you in the smallest range. You've been able to narrow it down. The frame was transferred to the conservation area a week ago. The items transferred within the storage area aren't reported to the Babylonia, and from the current situation, I doubt there's even recorded logically.
Got it.
It's time to search, right? I can show you which warehouse have the good stuff. The conservation area has loads of art on the restricted list.
Now there will be 2 more names on the list.
Don't worry. I'll take care. I'll take off my name and Isla's and put yours.
You arrive at the entrance and chatting along the way. An uneasiness arises as you walk up to the doorway. Teddy, check your surroundings.
Wait.
Scanning for gayness.
All 47 cameras are around you are functional. No signs of tampering were detected.
Isla senses a change in the atmosphere and tilts her head.
Commandant, did you notice something?
It's going a bit too smoothly.
Smooth? Not really according to puzzle game logic. We need multiple keys to unlock the path we're taking. We've just started. The construct is in this warehouse. Might only be the start. We still have no idea what's going on with Ishmael. I think what the commandant means is that everything seems to be going into the straight line. You nod to Isla and instinctively move your head towards your holster. Identify problems, gather clues, locate targets. We're gaming! God, can I game for a second? Why does everyone ask? God. You know I'm a gamer too. God, Lord, man, honestly. God, jeez, shaking my head. Coming in here with your audacity saying that. No. This is almost too easy. Yes, and we didn't even need to solve the only trouble we ran into. Thinking about it now, our initial search showed no results until the error message gave us a clue. It's odd, no matter how you look at it. Realizing the problem, the voice in your earpiece grows more alert. If this isn't just coincidence or task is actually straightforward, then we've stumbled into someone else's game. You exchange a look with Isla and silently becoming alert as you enter the warehouse side by side. Put your hands up! FBI! Who's in this warehouse? Who's keeping the porn in here? Where's my waifu at? Give me my waifu! The time-stealing puppet. Surface conservation area. Oh, there she is! It's oh my god, it's Selena! Oh, it's my baby girl! Oh my god, look at her. We gotta save my waifu. Go, 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 go! That's my girl right there. Shut up, James. That's my waifu. Oh, it's this fucking bitch. Alright, bitch, fight me right now.
何者？どうやってここに入ったの？書き間違っちゃった。インスピレーション、エクスプロージョン。私の神髄見せてあげる。イマジネーションに共感しなさい。私の神髄見せてキャンバス準備完了。火力制圧。イマジネーション、インスピレーション、エクスプロージョン。私の神髄見せてあげる。私の神髄見せてあげる。イマジネーションに共感しなさい。インスピレーション、エクスプロージョン。私の神髄見せてあげる。やり指揮官手伝って。咲き誇りなさい。当たれ。この色で未来を塗り替える。
I'm gonna drop a castle on your ass, bitch. Whoa, whoa, where'd you go? Whoa, 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 whoa.
私の神髄見せてあげる。
I did not consent to this.
書き間違っちゃった。
Just like how Nara didn't consent to puberty.
インスピレイマジネーションに共感しなさい。あ、しまった。指揮官、指揮官。
Babylon Logistics Warehouse. An EMP-like attack momentarily paralyzes Isla, while a thick fog obscures your vision. Let's see. The signal is weakening. It's trying to escape. My turn. You pull out a tracking and a mechanical interference device from your bag, dashing through the fog towards the enemy's last known location. Commandant, watch out! Isla warning cuts off. Her voice suddenly vanishes, leaving only silence. Your defensive counter moves fails to reach the enemy, and your punches land on nothing but air. You jump back, repositioning the tracking device and raising your gun. Yet your movement achieves nothing besides the slowly drifting thick fog. There's nothing in the environment. You pause for several seconds and move forward again. In that instant, the fog and air seem to freeze. Babylonian Logistics Warehouse. Line spacing 2. Isla? You call out with caution, but receive no reply. Teddy? Bzzz. Suburban Villa. A thunderous roar erupts, a giant collapses, and the trees fall. Inora Ilula Vanguard, the walker that perfectly copies her armor, has fallen, yet there's no trace of joy in Iris's face. Oh, here we go. I get to voice this character. How do you like my gift? You didn't actually think your plan were flawless, and I didn't notice, did you? Oh god, I gotta swap back and forth with this one, to be honest.
A second. Testing. There we go. When did you figure it out?
Which one are you referring to? How are you trying to stop me from correcting your history by copying segments of time into slices, trapping both yourself and me inside? Quite impressive that you came up with this ingenious plan, but it's terribly complicated, isn't it? To maintain these time slices, you need to ensure all events within this period remain in stable loops. Once the loop is broken, the slice extends into additional futures, which can reconnect with the normal time trunk. Am I right? Iris is relieved at the words coming from the device. She must have only just discovered the issue and caused trouble. This is why Iris received another warning letter. The multilateral trade agreement happening in the Mirror Sea Twin Towers has been postponed due to the unknown attack. Witnesses reporting a giant metal which some experts claim it to be a secret military weapon. Of course, we already read all this stuff, so... At least the real plan hasn't. Iris thinks to herself, but the sarcastic words she hears next freezes her blood. I've known from the very beginning, since you dragged me into this prison of abyss, but I still don't know where you got your time-slicing technology. All our fights within these time slices are no different from those in the normal timeline, so my conclusion stands. Give up. I don't want to hurt you. This tug of war is pointless, except a waste of our time. The plays that's meant to be performed will eventually be staged. The past cannot be changed. I cannot make countless tries, but you only need to fail once for everything to end up like this research institute. The hetero Taro will still descend upon this world.
Here we go. I don't know what this hetero tower is, but I won't allow you to act like this.
I still didn't learn how to mess with settings for that thing, for that voice changer. I just haven't bothered messing with any, like, settings because it's in Chinese, so that's the only problem. There'll be a day when you won't be able to stop me. Sooner or later, I will break free from this cage. In order to the tones changes again. I respect your Iris, not just because how similar we are, but because of your resolution. Detaching yourself from the normal timeline is the same as being forgotten by the world. Are you doing this just to keep me trapped in this loop for a while? You teach me Chinese, motherfucker. You read it for me.
bitch. I appreciate your consideration, but I don't think so far into the future. I just want to stop you from destroying our last hope.
I don't believe it, Iris. No, Selena. That's what that person you were always with called you, wasn't it? It's a pity. A name is a blessing from the past of the future. Yet the person you cherish has forgotten it. But don't worry, I'll find them and tell them everything about you.
The fuck are you pointing and laughing at, huh?
Good. What are you pointing at, huh? That's the question I asked you. Let me see. It's a little bit too low, to be honest. Why is it doing weird shit? Hey, hold on, what does this do? Okay, that does that. What about Max? I'm trying to see what I can do here. With this thing. Testing. 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 I think that's fine, right? I think it sounds okay. I'm not too sure, to be honest. It sounds more robotic now. Let me see if I can try to fix it. Testing. Hello? Yeah, I think that's fine right there. Oh yeah, I guess it kinda works out. Let me see, hold on. I don't know what you're talking about. Iris responds in confused tone, yet her hands instinctively tighten around her weapon.
I never thought you'd resort to such self-deception. Let me lay it out. You're pushing this time slice away from the normal timeline. Your plan to sink the ship with us on it. Leave it internally at the bottom of the sea. But I've already found the exit, Iris. You've carefully covered your tracks, but luckily you have a shuttle that's been submerged in countless timelines for too long, and I've caught it. In the next moment, all emotions fade from Inora Luea's voice, as if her soul has been extracted. The re-establishing connection with frame number 017, locating coordinates. Location, conservation area, Babylonia Logistics Warehouse. Piercing white noise erupts as thick fog begins to surge, gradually blinding Iris. She recognizes this fog. Inora Luea always uses this trick whenever she does something related to time. She must stop her. She absolutely cannot let that world, cannot let the conductor. Iris raises her weapon again, ready to lunge forward when the sound from the inside of the fog makes her freeze. Establishing. Bzz, bzz. The smooth broadcast suddenly cuts off and the static disrupts and orderly performs when her voice returns. It's filled with emotion, anxiety, confusion, but above all, shock. How is this possible? Who's there? Ching! Inorlu's voice vanishes in an instant, and the white noise falls silent, and the swirling mist freezes in place. Time begins to flow once more, as the mist rolls, gradually forming an outline of a human figure. Iris freezes. She can only make out a blur silhouette, yet it stirs up powerful emotions within her. An absurd thought flashes through her mind as an indescribable feeling surges from her chest. Hotter than friction, more powerful than lonely, sleepless yearning her emotions, overwhelmed reasons the instant she realizes who the visitor is. It's us! Her body moves before her mind can catch up. The name she longed for day and night is about to bloom on her lips. Oh my god, I love her so much. You know what? Fuck it. I'm just gonna do my normal voice, to be honest. I'm tired of switching back and forth. I've already reached my breaking point with that shit, to be honest. I already reached my breaking point. It's a pain because I can't just like push a button, you know? That's the only problem. Let me see.
I need to talk here. Conduct.
Get back. She's met with a cold and indifferent command. The thick mist dissipates, revealing a figure before her as Iris' alertness spikes. Are you working with that thing? The figure comes into focus. It's an unfamiliar woman whose physical appearance reveals that she is no doubt a construct. Her brow furrows, the weapon in her hand clearly won't pose any threat. What should she do? Before Iris can collect her thought, she watches as the figure bites her lower lip, releases her trembling hands, and allows her weapon to vanish. Her hopeful gaze meets icy eyes, and her heart shatters. The fragment cuts deep into her. The pain has no shape, but is so real it takes away Iris's breath. She nearly loses her voice. Seeing this, she lowers her gun slightly, but keeps it in her hand. Conductor has forgotten who she is. Damn. Jumbled sensation crashes through her mind and body. The conductor stands right before her, yet feels as distant as the horizon. She digs her nails deep into her palm. Pain travels into her mind as old wounds throb in unison. With great effort, Iris forces herself to remain calm.
You. Hello. Nice to meet you.
She tries her best to force a rather ugly smile. There are undercurrents hidden in her soft tone.
My name is Iris.
Iris finally figures out everything happening before her. Inora Leuya has once again extended her reach into the normal timeline, trying to leave coordinates to escape this prison. But the conductor accidentally interrupts this process and got dragged into it. Fortunately, the conductor's reaction is expected. She can still salvage the situation.